Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Farlace LaShone Financial Group Financial Presentation. I am Farlace. Today, we will discuss branding yourself and how you can not only create your brand, but to grow your brand as well. Disclaimer: with investing, there is risk, a potential for wins and losses of income. A diversified portfolio is the best strategy to minimize risk. Only invest what you can afford to risk. I cannot and will not make recommendations as to what stocks to invest in. I will only provide you with the tools and knowledge so that you can make educated and informed financial decisions when you choose to invest and build your financial future. I do not make claims to guarantee success nor wealth. Results will vary from individual to individual. What is branding? It's putting your personalized stamp on your business. Your brand should be unique and stand out in a sea of other business brands. It should include a logo that is both memorable and dynamic. Your brand should stand the test of time. And what I mean by that is you don't want to get fixated on using common slang terms that are popular right now. Like, for example, a lot of people say, oh man, that was so lit, or I went to this party or event or whatever, and it was so lit, or that vacation was lit. And so somebody will, well, everybody likes lit, so I'm going to incorporate that into my brand or my name. Only problem with that is it's cool right now. What about 3 to 5 years from now? When you see it on social media and you're like, and people like, oh God, I can't believe this person's still using the word lit. That's so like ancient. That's like prehistoric. You don't want to be that guy, okay? And the last point is always maintain a positive image. You don't want negativity associated with your brand because it does affect the way that you grow or don't grow because of the negativity. Popular brands. I know you have seen most of these brands before. Mercedes-Benz, you know a Mercedes if you see it coming down the street. You know a Mercedes if you see one parked in the parking lot. Nike, I've been to several different countries vacationing. I like to shop. So no matter where I go, you know that Nike store. You know that swoosh when you see the Nike swoosh. McDonald's. I don't care what country I've gone to, I've always seen a McDonald's. I can't remember going to any country and not seeing a McDonald's. Maybe Bali. Then again, now that I mentioned it, maybe Switzerland. They may have it, but I just didn't see it. But anyway, the countries that I have visited that have a McDonald's, you know those golden arches when you see them. So when you know you're hungry, you're out traveling, or you're on the road and you know you want a quick bite, you see those golden arches. 100% positivity, without a doubt, you know that's going to be a McDonald's. It's not going to be any other brand. The red bottom shoes, ladies love these shoes. $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 for a pair of shoes. He's curated his brand though. He can charge that price. These are handmade shoes, custom made shoes in some cases. So he's, built his brand so that he can charge those prices. These are all brands that are very popular. They've done a very good job with branding. These brands have stood the test of time, and that's how you should create and visualize your brand. Creating your brand. You can hire a branding manager to assist you with creating your brand. They will help you, listen to your background, what's your vision for your business, and they can help you curate your own brand. Hire a graphics designer. They can help you actually build your logo. This logo for LaShone LLC, this was done by a graphics designer. Reached out to a guy, I knew he did this type of work. I told him my vision. I wanted something dynamic. Remember me mentioning that, and memorable. But I wanted this to also be simplistic. This is like a business. I didn't want it to be, anything outlandish or funny or crazy, because this is, I want them to see business. And it's a sun with a diamond. The sun is the central point of life for pretty much everything, whether it's human life or plant life. Can't survive without the sun. So that's how I envision my business of being like the central life for other businesses to come, and seek directive or instructions from me. The diamond, of course, is it shines, outshines pretty much all stones. It's the most popular of all stones. Or you can do DIY branding. DIY branding, that's when, of course, you do it yourself. If you can't afford a branding manager, you can't afford a graphics designer, you can actually create your own logo if you're good with that type of thing. Building your brand. Hire a marketing firm, or you can hire a personal assistant. I had one 3 years ago, and his entire job with me was to promote my business on social media. He was in charge of all of my social media platforms, well, most of them. And a lot of the times that you would see posts, it would be from him. It wouldn't be from me, actually. So that was his job. I wanted him. I didn't have time to oversee all the social media platforms, because when you're first starting a business, you do have to be engaged a lot with your followers. You don't want people to post something and people, take, out of their busy schedule and take the time to reply to you, and you don't reply to them. So I was having so much engagement at the time. So I had a personal assistant a couple years ago. Hire a branding team. A branding team can actually help you not only create your brand, but they can help you grow your brand. So if your budget will allot that, you can look into a branding team. I had one about 7 years ago. You can also build your brand on social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You just have to make sure you stay on top of it, because it's not, it's actually frowned upon to, have these platforms and you post something and then you don't ever go back and engage with your followers. That's how you build your brand. Self-promotion, t-shirts, jackets, hats, coffee mugs, ink pens, etc. These are ways that you can actually build your brand yourself. This is DIY. Costs pretty much next to nothing to have a t-shirt created and put your brand on or logo on the t-shirt, jackets, hats. And I'll show you more about this, how I did this, t-shirts and jackets with my own brand, a little later in this presentation. My very first brand in 2013. This was when I had a whole team of people. I had a branding team, I had graphics designers and all these type of things. So digital, all types of people on the team. So my branding manager, we were trying to come up with a tagline. So he would say something and come up with something like, nah, I don't like that. Nah. Then I would come up with something like, I don't know about that. So we have been going back and forth. So we were having one of our strategy meetings through the week, and I was talking and I was like, people, I just have this vision that I think people, they should be able to do this. I think, when I think of people coming aboard, I think of you two can do it, and, they can, he said, oh, that's it. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What's it? And he's like, that's your tagline. You two can do it. And I said, wow, I like that. I said, yeah, let's go with that. So they created this whole platform and everything. This was one of my first flyers. I had a photo shoot done, and it said, developing networking skills and connecting you to a world of opportunity. Networking professional, corporate liaison, empowerment coach, and mentor. And I said, let's connect. I had my own QR code and I had my website. Don't use any one of these right now because they're no longer operable. This was 7 years ago. I have a whole different platform now. But this is how this was my first baby, my first logo. I remember the lady that created this for me. She said, how do you want it to look? I said, surprise me. I said, I just want it simple, but I said I want it to stand out. So that was my first one. Okay, then now you're manifesting your brand vision. So these are all of my different brands that I have. The Farlace LaShone LLC. This is the umbrella for which all of these fall under. I have the Farlace LaShone Financial Group now. I have Daylace Wines. I have the Travel Connoisseur. And this one, the Farlace LaShone Financial Group logo, I actually created this myself. This is, remember I told you you can hire a graphic designer or this person, or you can DIY. I did it myself. I wanted something dynamic and memorable. And this lady posted in the group, she wanted people to post their logos. So just so everybody can get a feel of how different logos look across, different businesses and platforms. So I posted mine, and this guy that does graphic designing for a living, he reached out to me. He said, I absolutely love your logo. He said, it's eye-catching, but it's simplistic. And he said that is just awesome. And he said, the crazy part, it will go on anything. He said, you can do this for stationery. He said, t-shirts, business cards, and flyers. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, this is so awesome. Because to hear that from somebody that's been in the industry for 20 years, they create logos and designs and all types of stuff and branding for a living. And to hear someone with that level of professionalism tell me that mine is great, and I just did it myself because I knew what I wanted and I knew I could do it, and it was so simplistic. So to hear him say that I hit all of those areas, because that was my vision when I was creating, I'm like, okay, whatever I create, it should look good on stationery. It should look good on my corporate jackets. I want later on down the road, I want to have some corporate jackets printed. It should look good on coffee mugs. It should look good anywhere. And to hear him say that, I did it. So Day Lace Wines logo, this was actually created by myself and my business partner. It was a collaborative effort. He actually did this on his computer. And we were on the phone, and he'll send something to him like, oh, I'll take that off. That's too much. And what about this? I said, I want it to look classic, elegant, vintage. And I think we mastered that. It looks very classic. It will stand the test of time. Remember me saying that? And 100 years from now, this logo will still look nice. The Travel Connoisseur, I wanted something more fun and playful, but definitely impactful. Remember me saying dynamic and impactful? I wanted something to stand out and to capture my essence of myself as a travel professional. So these are some approaches you can take when creating your own brand and logo. Building your brand on social media. Change up the style and tone of your post to keep followers engaged. This is how my lead capture page looks. It's just learn how to secure your financial freedom. I drop my logo on it in a picture and my tagline, lacing your financial future one profit at a time. I let them know, be your own boss. This platform is for those who wish to be their own boss, who are going to put in the work and do what they're supposed to do. This isn't an advanced job or anything like that. We don't hold hands, we guide hands. So I wanted them to know that. This was my very first post. Remember my very first brand I just showed you? This was my very first post, June 22nd, 2013. I had one like, one comment, but that didn't stop me from posting. I continuously posted. It did not stop me. And what's crazy is people equate the number of followers and the number of followers and comments and engagement, that they equate that with the amount of, profitability or success. And in some cases that is true. I want to put that out there, but I also want to show you the flip side, because there's always two sides to a coin. This was my first post, June 22nd, 2013, one comment, one like. However, I was still one of the top salespeople for the company I was with at the time. We had about 40,000 people. I was listed in the top 10 within the first couple months. And how I came about that, the CEO posted the top 10 people in the company, salespeople, and these people have done great and blase. I had the CEO's information, reached out to him. I said, hey, you posted a top 10 list of salespeople. What do I need to do to get in that list? I said, I want my name in the top 10. What do I have to do? Oh, you have to do this, and you have to meet this and this. I said, okay, look for me in a week or two. He said, okay. Week or two later, I debuted at number 9. The following week after that, I debuted at number 8. And the week after that, I debuted at number 7. Well, you get my drift. So basically what I'm saying to you is you can have a low following and still be successful. Like I said, it's two sides. A lot of people, some people have a more engagement and they are successful, but you can have a low engagement and still be successful. And a perfect example of engagement to success ratio, Nicki Minaj had 90,000 people on her IG. 90 million people on her IG account. Now, mind you, she drops an album. You would think platinum right out the door, because 90 million, 1 million, for those that don't know, 1 million records sold or albums sold, that's platinum. So if she has 90 million followers, she should have went like quadruple platinum out the door. You would think, right? 90 million. She drops an album, she only sells 150,000. The person who beat her out had way less followers than she did. And he sold almost double the amount, or between double and triple the amount that she sold. So when I say that not even 10% of her followers purchased her album. So that's what I mean by is the success and the win doesn't always go to the person that's at the head of the line. It doesn't always go to the hare. Sometimes the tortoise gets it. Okay. But if you fast forward to September 15th of this year, when I launched my finance business, I went from 1 comment and 1 like to 143, 207 comments, 15 shares. So to go from no shares, 1 comment, 1 like, and you see the change up in the style of in tone of my posts. Sometimes I don't post about business per se, trying to get people to join the business, because you don't want to become, monotonous and everything so mundane. Join business, join, and you're just always talking about just the business. Sometimes you talk about, what led you there. A testimony. I do a Transparency Tuesday, and this was basically talking about me in my finance class and how I just was not getting it at first, how it just wasn't clicking. And so that resonates with people because they think, everything just comes so easily to you. So when you open up and show, no, I struggle with things too, I just keep going. Building your brand on social media, part 2. Always look for ways to incorporate your brand into everyday life. That way your posts are pure organic. This was a paint and sip my best friend and sis had. And so they had different templates. You can paint like a unicorn. You can paint like this lady, Malcolm X, all types of different things. So I reached out to the girl and I said, do you do customized templates? And she said, sure. I said, awesome. So I sent her this picture on the right. I said, can you do me a template with this and I'll paint it in? She said, sure. So she did it. I paid her. And so when we got ready for the paint and sip, I got dressed, had my wine. Everybody saw, like, oh, wow, you got your wine. That's so cool. And so I ended up posting this on social media. That's free advertising. People hit me up. Hey, how can I get your wine? I like that paint and sip you did with your wine. That's a pretty painting. How can I get your wine? I made some salmon croquette balls and with a spicy mustard infused with Chardonnay wine. And so I, dressed up this little tray, put a little romaine lettuce, a lemon wedge, lemon slice, couple little slices of carrots, put my wine in the background and posted it. That got so much engagement. I think it got almost like 100 likes or comments. People wanting to know about the wine and the sauce and how to make the balls. So that's free advertising. This is happy National Drink Wine Day. This is my favorite holiday. Everybody else is Thanksgiving, Christmas. Nope, not me. Has to be. a wine day. That's my favorite holiday. So look for ways to incorporate your brand into everyday life. Building your brand on social media. 3, don't be afraid to shine the light on your friends and business. Shining the light on someone else doesn't dim your light, it brightens the whole universe. You need to highlight some of the friends and people you have in your circle. All these ladies are friends of mine. They all have their own businesses. They all do amazing things with their business. So I did a flyer, put their pictures and names on it. And if you go to my page, you'll see the entire post, and it tells what each lady does. Like Joanne, this is my best friend, actually sis, because we're more like sisters. We've known each other since college. Excuse me. And she's an educator. She's also a jewelry entrepreneur, as well as a fragrance entrepreneur. And she's an author. She's written, I think, 2 books. Anisha, has a business where she's Airbnb management. She has a travel business and things. I think Lavita, she has her own real estate, the Prestige Group. She owns that. Trenda, she's a VP with management and real estate and a finance business. Renika has a photography business. Sarai, she has her own restaurant. All these ladies are successful. So I highlighted them. And they in turn do the same for me. Renika here, this was a picture. I had sent her some of my wine and some of my wine glasses. And she pretty much was up late one night editing. She took a picture of it and posted it on her Facebook page. That was free marketing for me. Sarai, she posted as soon as she got my wines one day, she posted it on social media. She had ordered it. So that's free marketing. We help each other shine. We don't mind shining the light because it's not going to dim our light to shine the light on somebody else. This is how my business card looks. I've invested in digital business cards because with COVID-19 right now, it's not safe, of course, for us to be touching each other. So I don't want your little germy paper business cards. So I do virtual business cards. If I meet someone and they want my business card, I send this to them via email. They always have it. You don't have to worry about losing it. You don't have to worry about ever looking for it. And just basically drop your logo on it or your picture. You don't have to use your picture, and put your information on it. This is another flyer that I came up with. This is another type of business card. This was one I was asked to be a special guest on a podcast for Voices with Veterans. And they wanted me to talk about my finance business in ways that, can help veterans as far as getting them back acclimated to their environment once they come back from overseas, or if they're already over here, just to help them get a leg up, because veterans do face financial hardship more so than they should in this country. But, talked about my finance business, and also they allowed me to talk about my travel and my wine business. So they wanted me to send them a write-up and some information so that they can do a flyer to, advertise and have my information about, who I am. So I just sent them some background information, 10 plus years investing experience, taking countless finance classes, owns an extensive stock portfolio. I have a computer programming degree, certificate in project management, world traveler, been to the Bali, Italy, lived abroad 9 years, so forth and so on. And then I just put what I was specializing in as far as finance, because that was the center of what I was talking about. Building your brand with apparel and other brand merchandise. Wear your own brand. Can't express that enough. Gucci doesn't need your help. You don't have to wear Gucci. You can wear your own brand. This is my travel connoisseur business. This is the women's jacket and the men's jacket. I called my nephew up. He was a high school senior, or maybe a junior at the time. Let's just say junior. I said, what size do you wear? He tells me his size. I send him a jacket, and he wears it to school. All types. Oh my God, I love that jacket. Where did you get it from? I love that jacket. Teachers will ask him, hey, where did you get that? That's a nice jacket. Where did you get that from? Oh, my aunt, she has a travel business, blah, 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 blah. That's free advertising. My logo is trademarked. At the time is registered now. Everything's finalized. knock on wood. But at the time it was trademarked. So when it's going through the process, you have to put TM. When it's finished with the process, you put an R. That's what the difference is. So I had, at the time, it was still going through the process, but we were almost there. But anyway, that was free advertising. I sent my nephew. So I posted these jackets on social media, women's jacket, men's jacket, the sizes, people hit you up. Hey, can I get a size this? Can I get a size that? That's free advertising. I didn't have to pay for an ad on Facebook. I didn't have to pay for any type of marketing on TV or radio station. This was posted on my social media. I got enlisted a friend of mine, JP. He has a t-shirt making business. I said, hey, I need you to make me a t-shirt for my wine business. So I was in Denver at the time. I was there for business. I decided to dress up, put on my business coat. I had on, you can't see, I had on some white heels with this too. It looked really good, trust me. But anyway, this shirt I posted on social media. I think I was finished with business. I was getting ready to go eat sushi that day. And they kept telling me in Denver if this place called Sushi Sasha, I think that's the name of it, that I had to try it before I left. So I, got ready. Before I walked out, I took a picture. I made this when you own your own wine label brand, so you wear your own brand. And I posted this on social media. Everybody, I love that outfit. I love that shirt. How can I get one of those shirts? Free advertising, people. Using your own brand. Not Gucci. Not Mr. Vuitton. Not Mr. Louis. Okay? You can also have coffee mugs, caps, ink pens, etc. Anything that you can think of and put your brand on it. Enjoying the fruits of your branding labor. This is me after I've promoted my brand. I've put in the work. I've done everything I was supposed to do. I've been through the ups and the downs and the obstacles. And now I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. This is in Dubai. Remember, I launched my business in 2013, the first business. In 2014, I was in Dubai, enjoying myself, having a good time. This is me at the pool. It was cold that week, though. I wasn't anticipating that. This trip was planned in advance. So I had, brought swimsuits and things of that nature, thinking it was going to be warm that week. Because you plan these things in advance, not knowing it was actually freezing. So I couldn't get in the pool. That's why I have on long sleeves by the pool. But back then I put my logo and I had the U challenge, live your dreams. And back then what the U challenge is, 1 month out of the year, you have to set aside one day to focus on yourself. You don't focus on business. You don't focus on children. You don't focus on significant others, family, friends, nobody but yourself. And on that day, I don't care if you do meditation, if you just do me time at the spa, if you go to a restaurant that you have never eaten, you have to do something though. Basically, the promise, you have to do something that you've never done or you don't do often. If you haven't tried Moroccan food, look up a Moroccan restaurant. I love Moroccan food. That's why I mentioned it. But look up a Moroccan restaurant. Lebanese. I love Lebanese food. Look up a Lebanese restaurant. You have to do something you haven't done before and something you've been meaning to do that you don't get to do often. And that's what the U Challenge is about. And 2019, this is for my birthday. I was turning 45. I decided to take a private jet. I didn't even tell anybody. Matter of fact, I didn't even post this post. This was on 2019. I didn't even post this to the very next year. So actually, this was in 2018 when I was 45. Yeah. I didn't actually post this to the next year in 2019. And this was me. I took a private jet to Newport Beach, to Santa Ana, flew into Santa Ana with I wanted to do brunch at this nice little French bistro, go visit a museum, do some shopping and sightseeing. And that's what I did. I took a private jet, posted this on social media, and this is the lifestyle. After you've put in the work, you've done your due diligence, you've built your brand, this is you enjoying the fruits of your branding labor. Thank you guys so much for attending this financial presentation. I am Farlace with the Farlace LaShone Financial Group. I hope I've said something today that will assist you in creating your brand and building your brand. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to me. Enjoy your day, guys. Goodbye.